What meaning is there in simply trudging onward when the years weigh heavy, a relentless burden upon the shoulders, and the very soul itself feels utterly drained, bereft of its once vibrant energy? What purpose does all that has been lived, all the experiences carved into the fabric of your being, truly serve if the heart still clutches tightly to unspoken faults, to suffocating silences, to wounds that fester in the quiet dark? This ache you carry, this burden of past failures and regrets, is not a punishment but a silent shaping by the divine sculptor. He is preparing your spirit for a purpose you cannot yet grasp. For why, just when the world's clamor begins to fade and your own name seems to vanish from its fleeting memory, does a deeper voice begin to call it forth, a shepherd calling his beloved lamb with unexpected intensity? These are not the grim inquiries of an ending, no. These are the profound, unsettling questions of a rebirth. There arrives a sacred threshold in life where the body, once vibrant and swift, can no longer race with the same youthful abandon, but the soul, oh, the soul begins to cry out. It shouts with a newfound urgency, a spiritual hunger that demands recognition. It is when the children have ventured forth, building their own destinies, when the beloved parents have embarked on their final journey. It is when the dazzling lights of youthful ambition slowly dim, leaving behind only the echoing silence of the spirit, whispering, "And now, what is my existence for?" This aching emptiness, this gnawing sense that something vital is missing, even when all worldly comforts surround you. It is not a void to be filled by fleeting pleasures, but the soul's primal thirst, a desert cry for the living water, for the very meaning that only true purpose can quench. Padre Pio, the humble Capuchin, witnessed this very struggle in countless souls. Men and women would seek him out, lost and bewildered, not realizing that what they felt was not simply earthly loneliness. No, it was a profound summons, an urgent divine invitation to a deeper path. He observed that after the age of 50, God's manner of communication shifts profoundly. He no longer speaks to you primarily through the clamor of the world. Instead, his voice resonates directly within the very core of your heart. And because of this directness, the soul can no longer pretend. It can no longer seek refuge behind the convenient facade of daily obligations, for those responsibilities, once all-consuming, slowly recede into a monotonous routine. And routine, if left unfilled, becomes a pervasive mist. In the heart of that very mist, a divine light appears, God himself, lamp in hand, declaring, "This is the true reason, the sacred purpose for which you were created." This burden, this weariness that feels so isolating, is not a punishment, but a silent shaping by the divine sculptor, preparing your soul for a purpose you cannot yet fathom. Many people, without even realizing it, start getting clearer messages from God after they turn 50, but they often miss these signs. They think these feelings are just normal aches and pains, or simply what happens as you get older. It's easy to misunderstand them. But these aren't just symptoms of the body. They are whispers from the soul, nudges from heaven itself. Padre Pio, with his deep wisdom, could see these hidden meanings. He knew that when these feelings came, they weren't just part of getting old. They were special touches from above. Let's look at some of these gentle but powerful signs that tell your soul it's time for something more. First, there's a sudden tiredness that doesn't make sense without a clear physical cause. You might feel completely worn out, even if you've rested well, and there's no clear reason for it. It's not the tiredness from a busy day or a lack of sleep. It's deeper. This is your soul, softly telling you that it's been hungry, that it needs spiritual food it hasn't been getting. It's calling for quiet prayer, for sacred moments of stillness, and for the peace that comes from truly confessing what weighs on your heart. Think of it like a plant that looks fine on the outside, but inside, its roots are dry, longing for water. Your soul is thirsty for God. Then you might notice a sudden feeling of not caring much about certain people, places, or old habits. This isn't about becoming lonely or wanting to be by yourself. It's a spiritual cleaning. It's God gently guiding you away from things that hold you back, things that keep your spirit from growing. Imagine a gardener pruning a plant so it can grow stronger and healthier. God is helping you let go of what no longer serves your higher path, clearing the way for new life to bloom. Next, pay attention to your dreams. You might start dreaming about people who have passed away or seeing places filled with light or soft mist. These aren't just random thoughts from your mind. They are signals from the edge of the unseen world, calling your spirit to be more aware. Often these dreams carry important messages or gentle warnings, like a quiet bell ringing from another room, telling you to pay attention. Have you ever felt sudden tears well up when you hear a beautiful song, a heartfelt prayer, or simply look at the sky? This isn't just sadness or feeling blue. It's your spirit deep inside, remembering where it came from, the eternal heavenly home, and feeling a deep longing to return to that place. These tears are pure emotion, a memory of your true origin stirring within you. They are a longing for connection with the divine, a sweet sorrow for a home you dimly recall. Finally, there's that feeling that something is missing, even when you seem to have everything you could want. Your house is full, your life is comfortable, yet an empty space remains inside. This isn't just an empty feeling, it's your soul crying out for meaning, for purpose. And that deep sense of meaning, that true purpose, can only be found when you finally understand your special mission in this life. Padre Pio explained it simply: the soul doesn't get tired of the world because it's weak. It gets tired because it was made for something much bigger, for something eternal. So the time comes to make a choice. Will you keep going as if nothing is happening? Ignore these clear signs and bury your spirit under daily routines? Or will you start today on a new path of discovery, cleansing, finding your true purpose, and deeply connecting with God? This choice cannot wait, because as the saint with the stigmata said, time is a sacred gift, and to waste it, he warned, is to harm your very eternity. If this message resonates deeply with your heart, if you feel this spiritual truth stirring within you, please subscribe to our channel. Give this video a like to honor God, and help us share this vital message with more souls seeking purpose. As we move through life, especially after 50, our journey changes. God starts talking to us in a deeper way, right to our hearts. But just like anything important, there are challenges too. Padre Pio often gave very clear warnings to people going through this spiritual growth. He wanted them to be ready, to be strong. Think of these warnings as helpful advice for protecting your spirit. First, don't let a day go by without taking a good look at your inner self. This isn't about feeling bad about your mistakes. It's like checking a map to see if you're still on the right road. Take time to think about your day. How did you act? What did you say? Did you show love or did you hold back? Did you serve God even in small ways? This deep check helps you see where you can grow and where you might need to ask for forgiveness. It's a quiet conversation with your own soul, guided by God's light. Second, try to stay away from places or situations where God is not honored. This doesn't mean you have to hide from the world. It means being smart about where you spend your time and who you spend it with. If a place or a conversation makes you feel far from God or fills your mind with negativity, it's a good idea to step back. Choose surroundings that lift your spirit, where you feel closer to what is good and true. Third, don't trust thoughts that tell you you're useless or that there's no hope. These thoughts are not from God. They are like subtle poisons trying to weaken your spirit. Remember, God created you with a purpose, and His love for you never ends. If you hear that inner voice saying, "It's too late" or "You don't matter," recognize it as a lie. Push it away. You are precious in God's eyes always. Fourth, be careful with things that haven't been blessed. In our faith, a blessing brings God's power and protection to an object. It makes it holy. Padre Pio taught us that having things around us that aren't blessed can sometimes make us more open to negative influences. It's like having a shield. A blessed item is part of your spiritual shield, reminding you of God's presence and protection. Fifth, even if you think you've already dealt with certain past mistakes, go to confession again. Sometimes old hurts or sins we thought we put behind us can still hold us back without us even knowing it. Confession is like a deep cleaning for the soul. It brings true healing and freedom, allowing you to move forward without secret burdens. It's a powerful gift of mercy. And finally, make sure to pray every night with a candle lit. This isn't just a habit. The candle's flame is a picture of your soul. It's a symbol of your inner light, your hope, and your prayers rising up to God in the darkness of the night. It's a peaceful way to end your day, offering everything to God's care. Padre Pio said that the strongest spiritual attacks often happen when life gets quieter, in the stillness of our later years. It's when no one else is watching, but God sees everything. To fight these hidden battles, you need special tools, sacred weapons. If you can, find a rosary or a medal that has been blessed by a priest. These aren't magic charms, but they are strong reminders of your faith and channels for God's grace. If you don't have one, it's okay. Just place your hands over your chest, close your eyes, and lift your thoughts to God. This simple act, this sincere response from your heart, is your answer to His call. Now breathe deeply, close your eyes, say aloud with a hopeful heart, "Eternal Father, I am here. I have disregarded your voice for years. I have lived for many, but not for you. Today, with this weary body and wounded soul, I offer you all that remains of me. Show me my purpose. Awaken my soul. Padre Pio, intercede for me. I do not wish to end this life without having fulfilled your plan." Remain in stillness for a few moments. Feel the invisible presence now surrounding you. There exists a profound revelation, a quiet understanding that many souls only truly grasp once the vibrant days of youth have passed. After the age of 50, the divine no longer calls out with the same forceful urgency as before. No, the Creator now awaits you. He no longer shouts. He no longer shakes the world around you with overt signs. Instead, the divine presence now waits in the stillness, in the hushed moments before dawn, in the unbidden memories that surface without warning, in the tears that well up from an unknown depth. This shift isn't merely a change in how our minds work. It's a deeply spiritual transformation. Padre Pio taught us, when the soul matures, God divests it of all that is superficial, so it may truly see itself. It is at this stage that many individuals confront what can be their most challenging inner experience, the profound emptiness of existence. Before this time, everything seemed to possess an automatic purpose. Life was a constant stream of tasks. Building a career, raising children, providing care, striving, overcoming challenges. But now, that relentless urgency subsides, and a vast silence takes its place. And this quietude, if it remains unfilled by the eternal, by the sacred, tragically becomes fertile ground for spiritual opposition. The adversary, surprisingly, fears not the impetuous young spirit as much as the mature soul that begins to awaken. For that soul, once dedicated to the sacred, transforms into a radiant beacon, a powerful light against the encroaching darkness. This is why Padre Pio emphatically declared, "A woman grounded in faith beyond the age of 50 is a flame that the infernal realms cannot extinguish." This marks the commencement of a new inner conflict, the second battle, characterized by the hidden temptations unique to maturity. At this advanced stage, the old physical desires often fade, but far more perilous trials emerge, those that target the spirit, weakened by discouragement, monotonous routine, and a forgetfulness of the sacred. These are the subtle assaults that Padre Pio consistently battled within those he guided, common invisible temptations from Padre Pio's insights. The temptation of spiritual indifference, thinking, no need to pray so much, God already knows. The temptation of isolation, feeling, nobody needs me, I no longer matter. The temptation of false humility, saying, my life is useless, saint. The temptation to deny forgiveness, believing, I have sinned too much, it's too late for me. And the temptation of religious comfort, thinking, I've done my part, let others follow the path. For each of these, the saint offered a sacred antidote, the prayer of the heart. He often repeated to those with tearful eyes and trembling hands in confession, there is no soul too old to begin burning anew in the love of God. For after 50, confession is not merely a sacrament, it is a resurrection. One of Padre Pio's lesser-known revelations was this: when you reach the second half of your life, God desires not only your personal salvation, but also for you to become an instrument of salvation for others through your prayer. This is how the deeper, hidden purpose begins to unfold. God desires you to be an intercessor, a guardian of your family's faith, an invisible protector. Yes, even you, though you may feel fragile, confused, or wounded. That very fragility, when offered to God, transforms into a powerful channel of light. How to begin this sacred ministry? With a simple yet profound ritual. Each morning, light a candle, even a small one. Do this in silence. That flame represents your living soul. Take a blessed object, a rosary, medal, or crucifix, and hold it in your hands for 5 minutes of silent prayer. Offer a prayer for someone who does not pray. It could be your child, your spouse, a neighbor, or even someone unknown to you. Ask the Holy Spirit to use your age as an instrument of wisdom and guidance. This act, performed daily, creates a spiritual field around your home. Padre Pio stated, a soul that prays in maturity illuminates 10 homes without anyone knowing it. And you can be that light. Now place your hand over your chest, close your eyes. Repeat slowly, allowing each word to penetrate your soul. My Lord and my God, I have spent decades seeking love, success, approval, and I have forgotten that the only thing I need is your will. Today, after years of struggle, I come to you weary but open. Make me an instrument of peace, of light, of prayer. May my age not be an obstacle, but an altar. Padre Pio, you who suffered in silence, help me to find my cross and embrace it with faith. Show me the purpose that still awaits me. And if I have lost my way, take me by the hand and lead me back to the Father's heart. Remain in stillness for a few moments. Feel the invisible presence now surrounding you. If you're feeling this powerful call in your heart, please comment Amen below. You can also ask for a prayer for someone you care about, or simply offer a prayer to God right now. Your words are heard. As the body's outward vigor may soften and the spirit within burns with an intensity never before known, a profound truth emerges. What then is the ultimate meaning of life when the calendar presses forward, yet the soul truly begins to comprehend its very reason for being? After the 5th decade of life, the inner self crosses a hallowed threshold of preparation. And this is not, as the secular world often believes, preparation for an ending. Rather, it is the readiness to truly live, to inhabit existence from a heavenly perspective, even while walking upon the earth. Padre Pio declared with spiritual authority, one who remains intimately connected with the divine in their seasoned years does not merely pass away, they simply transition to another chamber. These are not poetic metaphors, they are mystic prophecies. For when the inner self matures in the divine light, apprehension dissipates, solitude transforms into sacred companionship, and even long-held pains transmute into sacrifices that bring redemption. Thus, this phase of life is no decline. It is the zenith of all spiritual callings, to dwell in communion with the unseen, with the profound mystery, with boundless eternal love. Yet, to ascend to this sublime state, the inner being must purify, release attachments, and grant itself forgiveness. This is often where many stumble, unwilling to unburden themselves, to truly perceive or to fully yield. Padre Pio firmly cautioned, the spirit that clings to its earthly fetters will drag them into eternity. This is a stark reminder to shed what no longer serves your eternal ascent. The common errors that block your true purpose at this stage are holding on to photos or letters filled with pain or resentment, sleeping with thoughts of revenge, jealousy, or bitterness, not using free time for prayer but for empty distractions, speaking badly of others to feel better, or refusing to share your faith because you think it's not your job anymore. Each such action closes pathways, doorways that the divine yearns to open before time elapses. For as Padre Pio wisely taught, in maturity, the focus shifts from what you do to what you permit the divine to accomplish through you. After 50 years, the celestial realm asks for more than just belief. It seeks a quiet dedication, an untainted affection, ceaseless intercession, and a prayerful presence. Your role is no longer to conquer the temporal world, but to become a living conduit between the earthly and the divine. You are called to be the matriarch who intercedes for her wayward children, the patriarch who blesses every meal as an act of devotion, the woman who, instead of grumbling, raises hymns at dawn, the man who kindles a flame and observes silence, offering his day to heavenly hosts. This is your renewed purpose. This is the summons the Father passionately echoes in the quiet depths of your being. To seal this sacred commitment, we now perform a profound rite. Find a vessel with water. If blessed, even better. If not, offer a brief, heartfelt prayer over it. Divine Creator, may this water symbolize purification, protection, and new life. Make it a conduit of grace and divine radiance. Dip your fingers. Then trace the sign of the cross upon your brow, heart, and both shoulders. Now hold a crucifix to your chest. If none is present, simply open your arms wide in the form of a cross. Then declare aloud, from this moment I consecrate myself to the eternal design God envisioned for me. I will no longer live in vain. I will no longer disregard my inner spirit. After countless stumbles, I offer what remains of me, my faith, my hope, my weariness, and my love. Padre Pio, who intimately experienced the redemption of others, utilize my existence as a channel of blessing. Make me a beacon for my kin, a guardian for my progeny, a living prayer for those who have strayed. May my dwelling be sanctified ground, my utterances a comforting fire, my silence an ascending supplication. And when my moment arrives, may I not be found slumbering, but awake, vigilant, with a heart aflame. Remain in stillness for a few minutes. Look at the crucifix, breathe deeply, and feel how something changes within you. You are not alone. Your highest purpose has been ignited. Your truest life commences now. It is not, and never was, too late. It is precisely at this juncture that your journey assumes the profound significance that the divine intended before your very birth. You were not fashioned merely to survive. You were created to rescue, to intercede, to illuminate, to consecrate, to transform. And this grand mission begins after 50. Padre Pio, with tears of compassion, affirmed, "The soul that yields itself to the divine in its maturity safeguards entire generations, unseen by any earthly eye. Become that guiding spirit. Be that incandescent flame. God still awaits your ascent. You are ready. You are prepared. Eternal Father, today I surrender all that has been lived, all that was forgotten, all that was feared. Make me an altar of constant prayer in the heart of the world. Never let me grow complacent in my belief, nor allow my light to dim. May every furrow on my countenance be a testament to your passage through me. May every night transform into a new dawn within my spirit. Padre Pio, accompany me through every choice. Remind me daily that my purpose did not end. It has only just begun. If your inner being stirred, Please subscribe to this channel as an act of faith. It is your way of declaring to God, I no longer wish to live without purpose. Share this message with anyone who feels lost, fatigued, or disoriented. God will use your gesture to touch another soul. And before you go, please leave your intention in the comments below. This space is an altar, and your every word a lit candle. From what city are you watching this? Thank you, and until next time.